Hello everybody and happy VE Day. It's around 10 o'clock, no, 10:30 this morning, and I thought I'd do another hair tutorial. Well, my hair tutorial of how to do vintage hairstyles, and in particular 1940s. So last time I did one that sort of consisted of victory rolls. So today I thought I'd show you how I do a more natural looking one with soft rollers in my hair and how I brush it out and style it. So as always, it's hoping that I'll get this right, because normally my hairstyles don't always go to plan, so fingers crossed. I was very lucky last time, so we'll see how we do. So things you're going to need then. So first of all, obviously you need a set of soft rollers which can look like this. In fact, I think I've got some somewhere. So these, I actually got these from the pound shop, cheap and cheerful, just soft bendy rollers which you can sleep in, or I did get these from Claire's Accessories. I think other companies sell them online. They're like a soft squishy bendy roller, and the idea is that they're small so that you get nice tight curls. So I did it last night. What I did was I washed my hair as usual. I made sure my hair was almost dry, because I think the mistake you make is putting your hair really damp or really wet, and then the curls don't set unless you're going to be leaving them in for like 2 days. So almost dry hair, and then I roll them. Now, because I would like to do like a little bit of a pompadour thing on the top today, I've kind of focused a lot of the tight curls on top, and then some just around the bottom and the back, which I'm going to brush out. So what I always like to do, I did it earlier on this morning, is give the rollers a blast of my hairdryer, so a bit of heat before I brush them out. So I'm just going to give them a bit of heat before I take them out. So excuse the noise. So just a quick blast, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking the rollers out. Hopefully these curls have set. Aha, they're nice and springy. Okay, now don't worry when you see them like this, because they will be tamed. Okay, so I'm going to just pause while I take all these rollers out, and then you'll see a full head of curls, sorry. Okay, so all the curls are out, and I bet you're thinking, oh my god, I look like a ginger Shirley Temple. But we're going to now just have a go at taming them. I really do look like Shirley Temple on the good ship. Anyway, no, we won't go there. Right, so I'm going to, you need a little brush, okay, which is what we used last time. Little, I don't know what they're called, but these brushes, again, get them from pound shops or any hairdressing shops, whatever. So I'm gonna, before I use the brush, I'm gonna start off by just putting my fingers through them, which then it ends up like that. I look like my mum in the 80s and 90s when she had a perm. So yeah, the idea is, one thing I did learn was you just got to keep brushing and brushing, and you'll see the transformation once I've done it. I really do look like something from the 80s. I think it's awesome. Right, so I'm just gonna keep putting my fingers through the curls for now. Oh god, it's getting wild. Now I want to do, like I said, a bit of a sort of pompadour thing. I look crazy. I'm going to start off by just getting my brush and brushing out the curls. Now the idea is you just keep brushing, and it starts to relax the curls a little bit more. And the great thing about this style, I think, well, there's two great things about doing it this way. No heat, so you don't have to, well, and there's a bit of heat from the hairdryer, but it's not as bad as actually, you know, curling them with tongs. And also, I forgot my trail of thought. It stays in longer, that's what I was going to say. They do actually, it stays in longer. It does drop a bit, but it does have a more permanent effect, because I hate it when you spend ages curling your hair and then it just drops. It's so annoying. So that's the good thing about this. Right, can you see how they've started to sort of tame down a little bit now, and you're getting more of a wave than a bush? So I'm gonna have a go. I can't remember how I did this last time, but I'm gonna start sort of brushing up. And what I did last time, I found a picture of Judy Garland, who I absolutely love. And she had her hair sort of like bunched to one side. It was lovely. So I'm going to try that now. To tame your hair, what I would recommend is some styling wax. Now, I've robbed this from my husband. It's VO5 styling wax, but you can get any kind of styling wax. Nothing too glossy, something more matte. And it just helps to tame those curls a little bit. So I just put a little tiny pea-sized amount on my hand, rubbing it in, and then I'm just going to just lightly just give it some of that wax just to keep it smooth. I'm just going to put a bit too much on there on my hands, because you don't want to coat it completely wax, because then your curls will drop. So I don't know if this is going to be one of them days where it goes wrong. So we'll have to see. So what I'm going to do, and the thing is, again, you can get your Victory rolls from this style, and then just brush the rest of your hair out. You don't have to do it this way, but this is just the style that I'm going for today, if it goes well. I'm going to start twisting, and then I'm going to just bunch that to the side like that. And of course, as always, you need lots of hair grips. Lots of hair grips. Now, I'm going to just grip it in place. Make sure that's nice and brushed. And then it's still a bit bushy. The idea is we want to give the curls a little bit of shape. So because we've got the volume from the sort of fluffiness of it, we can start rolling little kiss curls, I call them. And I'm going to just start doing it like that. Now, what I'm actually thinking is, as you can see, I've just kind of just gone like that. I think what I might actually do is do it as a little roll. So I think what I'm going to do, a little bit of back combing at the root. And I'm going to try and do a roll over. As I said, it's kind of all just experimental, really, of what's going to work and what's not. So I've done a sort of like Victory roll, just to give it a bit more shape. And then I'm going to pick up my little bunch. I'm going to give it another brush. And I'm going to twist it and place it like that. Can you see how it's kind of got a little bit of a shape already? You can see some of the curls. So what I do is I just try to very delicately pick them out, place them and grip them. And they can be all different sizes, that's the good thing about it. I don't think I'm enjoying that roll at the side actually, because I think it's a bit too puffy. It needs to look more like it's to one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause it and I'm going to sort that out. Okay, so what I actually decided to do was I took that curl out and I kind of went back to what I had in the beginning. So I just brushed the hair sideways and up, and then took my bunch and twisted it, and now I'm just making some little kiss curls. Again, like I did last time when I did the two Victorials with the curls in the middle, just want to like roll them by hand, these, and just create a little bit of volume so it looks like I've got a full bunch of curls all on one side. So I mean, you're probably thinking, oh god, this looks really complicated. It isn't, it isn't. As I said, it's just trial and error. This is not like a professional technique of doing it. This is just how I've kind of learnt to do it. and just practice and have fun and be brave, just trying the styles. That's how I learn. I picked up tips from others, but I also taught myself, really. So I'm just kind of all different shapes, just getting like a strand of hair like that, and then just rolling it in. And if you find your hair's looking a bit fuzzy, just add a bit of wax to the strand before you roll it into the kiss curl. So I'm nearly there now with these. Hopefully you think it's looking okay. It's didn't go as easy as what last time did, but that's what it's like when you're doing your hair. So just do this last one. So can you see how I kind of got a little bit of a shape going? I like doing this one when I don't want to do victory rolls, because when you constantly backcombing your hair, it gets a little bit boring. So can you see how I've done that? The only thing I don't like is the hair grip at the front, and there's a big like hole through one of the kiss curls. So I'm just gonna tighten that bit. Well, actually, I don't think I needed a hair grip right through it there, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to spray that with a little bit of hairspray. Just mind your other bit of your hair out the way. That's not going anywhere. And again, I'm using my Lidl's own brand hairspray, which I do recommend. It's very, very good. Very cheap. Literally about 87p a bottle. And yeah, it's really good. So anyway, now I'm left with this bush. What do I do? So this is my favourite bit. So I actually want to pin some sides up. So the very first thing I'm going to do is just separate some sides, and again I'm going to kind of sweep it upwards. Okay, so now it's quite fuzzy around the sides, so again what I'm going to do is get a little bit of wax just to tame it, just like that. Oh, can you hear a wasp trying to get in? Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, and there's like a little bit of gap at the top of my head, so I'm just gonna try and close that up so it just looks like a clean, what I like to call a clean sweep. And I'm just brushing it into place now. Now what I can do with this, I've got like again another little bunch. I could maybe add to my little kiss curl pile. So if I take that right across to the top and I grip it in place. Now we want a little bit of body with this, so don't completely slap it to your head, because it needs to look a little bit poofy. That's a technical term, poofy. Like that, I think. I'm just gripping it so it's nice and secure. Ooh, sorry. Just bitten half the hair grip off. Give it a bit of a brush, very carefully so it doesn't pull out. And I've still got some wax kind of left on my hand, so it's taming that frizz a little bit as well. So yeah, we can add to these kiss curls. So I'm going to do a fairly big one. If I can place it somewhere where it looks like a cascading waterfall. Okay. I'm going to do two more on this side, and then I'm going to show you the brushing out. The brushing out technique's the best part probably about this hair tutorial, because as I said, when you've got it in rollers, and if you just want to do a simple, you know, the simple victory rolls, the brushing out technique's fantastic, because it shows you, like, you know, what to do with the rest of your hair, and it's dead easy and it looks great. So I have nearly done that. Hope you think that's looking okay. There we go. Okay, now I just want to take another small piece from the side because I kind of want like that, you know, that quiffed back look that they had. And I just want to, I don't think I'm going to add any more curls to the little thing because I think we've got enough, haven't we, really? So try to separate the hair. I'm just going to I've got one of these little separator things. Just to keep that back while I'm styling it. So again, a little bit more hair wax. Rub it in my hands. And again, we're going upwards. Now, I think, rather than it just being flat, I'm going to give it a little bit of a back comb to give it, again, a little bit of a poof when it goes back. So just a tiny bit at the roots. And I feel like this side's going to be a bit more of a pain. And we're just going to push it in like that. And that actually blends really well with the kiss curls. Just grip that in and then I'll just give it a little bit of a shape without trying to catch the curls. Yep. Okay, so I think, just need one more hair grip to grip it in place. So that was a little bit longer than I hoped it would take. Can you see already? We're getting a nice effect. So we've got our little pompadour thingamajiggy down here. It's tied up at the sides. And then we've just got our bushiness to tackle to finish off. So, try and put that straight. Okay, so now brushing out. The best way I learned to do this was for a very, very good book called Bethany Jane Davis, who's a vintage hair makeup and style. She has a shop in Manchester. She brought out a book, I think it's called Vintage Hairstyles by Bethany Jane. You can get it on Amazon, and there's lots of that goes into detail, that book. It's amazing. So I would, if you're really interested and have kind of whet your appetite with this, that's how a professional does it. Check the book out. In it actually teaches you the proper way to do brushing out curls. So I've taken a little tip from it. So she said that you need to brush from underneath. I tend to brush on top as well, but start with underneath and you just keep brushing and brushing and brushing. And then what you see is it starts to bounce back. So we get rid of that sort of bushy effect and it looks a little bit more sleeker. It's still kind of bushy on the ends, but it's looking a bit more just that 40s style, you know. So we're just brushing and just keep brushing. So like Dory the fish says in Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep brushing. I'm full of them today. Right. And you can do this for as long as you get the desired effect. So once you feel like, you know, the waves of the curls are just right, then you know you are on the right track even. I just pulled out my little slide at the side, so I need to just be careful of that when I'm doing it. Just brush that down a bit so it's not sticking out. I can sort that out later. In fact, it's been a nightmare today. I said, didn't I was too lucky last time. That was the problem. So I'm not going to wrestle with that because I just keep ripping the sides out. So I'm just going to keep brushing. And I'm pretty much nearly there where I want to be. I will have to tidy the side up because it's kind of fallen out. Okay. So let me just sort that side out and I'm back in a tick. Okay, last part. So I've kind of near enough got where I want to be with the curls. Can you see how they've now tamed and they're looking a bit more wavy and voluptuous? So I'm going to just now, final part is just to add, not drop the phone, add a bit more, oh my god, bloopers today. I'm going to add a bit more wax on this blooming phone sets. Right, okay. So just a bit more wax now, a tiny bit, don't put too much because then the curls drop dramatically. So this is just to give it a bit of a hold and tame that frizz a little bit. Because can you see when you put that on, that drops the curls a little bit. And they will naturally drop a little bit throughout the day anyway. And then a quick spray. And that's it. So, I know that was quite a long video, but that's how I do my second 1940s hairstyle. As I said, you don't have to do all the faffing with the top part. You could just do victory rolls and then obviously brush out on the bottom. And you can also put a hairnet on. Probably would recommend that, as in a hairnet that matches your hair colour to hold the curls if you don't feel like your hair's going to stay. But this is how I do it. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. I might do another one if I've not bored you too much today. So let me know how you get on. Thanks, bye.